So to start off in your drawing journey, we've just got to start very simply, and we're going to start with line. Often when you're starting, it's a real tendency to want to go straight into the shadows, the tone, and to start shading. But if you understand line and understand how important it is just to start with that very first dot and to make a line, you'll realise how much it can help your drawings further along, and how that just by using line you can create a drawing that looks three-dimensional with no shading on it, no shadows, just purely with line. The left-hand side of our brain, which we've learnt hinders us when we're trying to draw something accurately, comes back to help us once you've done the drawing, because it's so keen to make logical sense of what it's looking at. It will make something appear 3D to the viewer and to yourself once your drawing's completed. A good example of how powerful the left brain can be in creating something realistic for you is if you've ever been to an art gallery and seen a painting from a distance across a gallery and you thought, wow, that really looks photorealist, it looks like a photo, and the closer and closer you get to it, the more you realise that it's actually just a brush mark, just a dot and a dash that gives the illusion of form when you see it from a distance. If you look at an artist like Singer Sargent or Velázquez, you'll really see how these were designed with a technique called sight size to be drawn and observed from a distance so they look realistic, but up close they had a real lovely painterly quality to them. So to really understand the importance of line is to understand shared edges and how a line never really exists on its own. It always has one side to another. So if I drew, say, the edge of a boat, if I drew the bottom of the boat, it would have a shared edge with the boat's bottom and the top of the sea. What I'm going to do is a quick illustration here so you can see what I mean and see how important it is. Even though this seemed very basic, once you understand that everything has got a shared edge, you can start to use that principle to draw what isn't there to create what is. So when we look at this simple drawing, we can start to see how important one seemingly simple line can be. If you say look at this horizon line, you can start to see all the different points along this horizon line that have got a shared edge. So the first shared edge is the top of the sea here with the bottom of the sky. But as we start to put in like the masts and the rigging of the boats, you start to create all these little shapes in between everything. And essentially, when you're trying to draw something accurately, you've got to try and learn to look at it abstractly, so that as long as you draw the shapes that are there, as in, these shapes, all of these very simple shapes, once you can draw those, the illusion of what's in front of you, your logical left brain will put together for you. So if you take a simple line, say that for the horizon, and then start to add another simple line that would be a potential mountain. It's just, like a curved line, one straight line, one curved line. And at the moment, it doesn't really look like anything. But as soon as you start to put in, another line, it gives more of an illusion of what it could be. And then when you start to put in like this line of the beach, all of a sudden, what was a very simple line suddenly starts to appear that this could be, the basis of a very simple scene. So every drawing starts, with a line, and that principle that even though something may look very, very complicated, is still made up of the same simple elements, just put together and just more of them.